72, and we were in the world of construction at the Van Nuys wood shop. And we put, our job was, each row would put a part of a dollhouse together, fully formed and framed and stuff like a regular little house. And that's when I first kind of met Harry. And then we went to Van Nuys High School together. And one of the best parts of that was the farm. There was a 5-acre farm about a mile away. And, you know, there'd be dirt clod fights and peach fights and the animals out and all that kind of stuff. So it was a lot of fun. But a lot of you might not know that Harry worked for a lot of celebrities. And he worked at Meg Johnson's house, Dustin Hoffman. We worked at Bob Dylan's house. And we were demoing the back porch. And about 12 o'clock, Rod shows up. And before we know it, he's in the pool. And then we, down to his whitey tighties. And then a couple minutes later, we weren't paying attention. He's sunning himself off on the kids' trampoline. And Harry went, "He's going to get you in trouble, Dee." I gotta know, no one's home. It's all right. And sure enough, lady comes out. "Peter, this is Dylan. We might appreciate that." Oh, and then Rod does his John Candy impersonation. "Sorry, it's okay. We'll leave now." And we were both terrified to be there. I mean, everyone was better than us because they know right working at Bob Dylan's house for me. I didn't work there, but I got Harry a job there at David Hasselhoff's house. And I would wind him up every time. He says, "Harry, I backed down from an all-pro linebacker, and you backed down from David Hasselhoff." "No, I didn't." I said, "He was 163 pounds of raw man, Harry. He's a black belt. He's not a street fighter like me." "Harry, don't get in his wheelhouse. Don't get him mad, Harry." And I'm talking 5, 10, 30 years later, I wind him up every time, man. It was almost cruel, but it was wonderful. And it was just like, it was just like it never happened. We worked at Ray Romano's house. We got a little grunt out of him. He's a decent guy. Harry did a radius on the card room where it was, and they were 8 casement windows, 3 feet wide, 6 feet tall, in between iron pillars. There was no room for error, and Harry pulled it off. And anyway, we worked at Corey and Jeff Everson's house, and believe it or not, they knew Hulk Hogan, and we had asked if, and there was some resemblance that Hulk wanted a little brother to get beat up, and Hulk would come and rescue him. And they asked Hulk, and the answer was no. But that's not the only Hulk Hogan story. There was a 5-story building they were working on down by the Beverly Center. And Harry and the guys recognized Hulk walking down the street. Hulk did not respond, and this infuriated Harry. And then the insults came, and the profanities by Hulk's lack of, acknowledging them. And the farther Hulk got away, the braver Harry got. And then worked at Al Jarreau's house. There was a carport that Harry should have built, but he didn't build. Contractors kind of snaked him out of it. It collapsed in the earthquake. So it's still in one piece. So Harry's there, and he talked to the contractor and Al, and Harry went, "Somebody forgot to put the cross members in." And that was a job I was working at Jack Nicholson's house. Harry just wanted to come up for a look-see. So he drives up there in his truck, and he gets out and looks around, and he goes, "Where is he?" Harry, he's probably asleep, man. You don't want to wake him up, so anyway. But there's a couple of other things about Harry you might not know. Harry was like a counselor. People, believe it or not, he's very unorthodox. He had no training whatsoever. And people would call him up, the wisdom of Harry. And he'd be so, he had so much empathy. He took his persona away, and basically was able to counsel people, even me when my wife decided to leave. Harry, we're working down in what do we call it? Down by Beverly Center. He's in a 5-story building. There was an African American carpenter on the job that he was friends with. And somehow the guy had lost his footing and was going to fall 5 stories down. And he grabbed the only thing that he could, and that's Harry's strong forearm, to save his life. So Harry Jacobson saved a life. So he prayed for you. My wife and I prayed for you last night, Harry. So anyway, the last couple of years, Harry basically worked with me, at different jobs and stuff. And we would just talk about the same thing over and over again. And it didn't make any difference. And all the stories we had, and I really treasure those moments, all the times we worked together. And just talking about the past. I'm sure glad that I was there for him and stuff. Harry created really his own persona. The cliches, the rough exterior, like a John Wayne, he created his own personality, and it's unique actually to do that. So that's what Harry was. But the day before Harry died, I went to Las Vegas, and I wanted to see my friend Harry. And the one time I ever told him that I loved him, and he was my best friend, and I preached to him. I shared the gospel with him. I encouraged him to make that decision, and I just prayed for him. And he couldn't talk, he could see barely, but I just encouraged him to make that decision for Christ, and that's why I really went to Las Vegas. And I told him, Harry, you're my best friend, and I love you. That's the first only time I ever said that to Harry. So, anyway, Harry's my best friend.